is clean and clear all natural course of water to ensure no water remain stagnated for long and deseal the nalas, streams, rivulets, etc. What is required for mitigating floods? To ensure safety of life is top priority. Pass on safety equipment to victims that are trapped in the water. Evacuate the victims from flooded areas. Manage to maintain calm and avoid panic situation. To manage the VIPs visits and mobilize all the resources available in the district and adjoining district. Our preparedness for search and rescue operation is call in search and rescue teams, search the victims that are missing, rescue all the victims, evacuate the victims to rescue shelter that are planned, make arrangement of potable water and food. As per the plan, we are bound to restore the normalcy, to see that immediate gratuitous relief as per the calamity relief fund norms are granted. The houses are rebuilt. The essential services are restored. Rehabilitation is taken care of. Health issues are taken care of. So also to prevent occurrence of calamity, steps to be taken. Publicity of the work done and further the correction in disaster management plan, equipment, mobilization and training. The steps taken by the district administration, meetings and review meetings, briefing of South Goa district disaster management plan to the line department, stakeholders and community at large, trainings with the help of NDRF Pune, planning and reviews, granting the gratuitous relief in time, and having the dedicated disaster management staff. So also independent flood management plan. The communication and transportation plan available with the district administration is almost finalization. Communication plan with all the nodal officers in the contact list, adopting incident command system, inventory of all vehicles including heavy earth movers, private ambulances, canoes, boats, etc. Next, the innovative steps to be introduced: computer-based program on natural calamity complaint monitoring system, SMS facilities to all the line department nodal officers, advance money maintained with Mamladars and SDOs for immediate relief, and help of satellite maps for planning. Role sharing. We are having various stakeholders and line departments for role sharing. The chief officer of the municipalities of respective municipal council and block development officer, with the help of panchayat, shall draw action plans and get all the gutters, nalas and drains cleared. This work shall be done on priority where flood-prone areas are already identified by the Mangaladar in each taluka. Water Resource Department, Public Works Department shall take steps to clear and descend river and canals prior to onset of monsoon so that no water blockage of water in the canals takes place. The Director of Health Services shall equip all primary health centers of South Goa, including Auspicio Hospital, with sufficient staff and medicines when they could immediately put into operation. Station fire officer should immediately attend to the work of cutting trees fallen on the road. The PWD should provide sufficient number of laborers on request from fire service officer, police or revenue officer. Electricity department should ensure that their engineers and other technical persons are available in the respective areas so that they can attend emergency situation such as line wires hanging, short circuit, prompt supply of electricity to houses, building when affected persons may have to be shifted. Mamlatars will ensure adequate supply of food grains with the help of civil supply wing. PWD and telecom officials shall fill up all the trenches dug by them. The conclusion is departmental coordination and cooperation is ensured. Mock drills are planned. 4 quarters, 4 issues, 4 programs throughout the year. First quarter, earthquakes, epidemics. Second quarter, floods, cyclones, landslides. Third quarter, chemical and industrial calamities. And fourth quarter, accident and terrorist attacks. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody who is present here today for this coordination conference and table talk. The DC Sahib just read out the disaster management plans of South Goa. Now, when we talk about the disaster management plans, this originated after the enacting of 2005 DM Act. Every state and downwards to every district was required to make their disaster management plans, which were required to be circulated and understood by everybody. First of all, I'll just ask few questions and don't hesitate to answer because we are not here to find any faults with anybody. Our only aim is to find out if we are lacking in something, how best can we improve upon that. So first of all the officers who belong to the district from various line directorates, how many of you have read the district disaster management plan? Please raise your hands. No problem. Have the district disaster management plans been finalized or are they in draft stated? Draft stated, no problem. You know, I ask this question and I ask this question wherever I go all over the country. And our status of readiness is almost the same. So none of you have to worry about whether you have been able to read it or not. Why I'm trying to highlight this is, at our levels in every department, the head of the department will evolve a paper or write something and it will remain with him. Whether it is in a draft form or whether it has been finalized. And the example is like the NDMA has evolved and taken out guidelines for every kind of disaster. And if I go and ask anybody at the state government level or at the district level that have people responsible for disaster management read those guidelines, you know, those beautiful books which have been published, which gives out in detail what you are required to do in case of any calamity. Everything is given. So the answer is no. So therefore we come back to a retrospect and introspection. What are we doing? And what are we required to do so that our systems are at par with any international community anywhere in the world. We are an emerging nation, a rising economy, and we are aspiring to become a superpower. So we cannot become a superpower till the time each one of us contributes towards that end. It cannot happen by Mr. Naik, it cannot happen by me, it cannot happen by any individual. So the importance is that whatever we are required to do, we must give proper thought to it and do it in a systematic manner so that everybody understands his role, task, duties and accountability. And why I am saying accountability, if I say, okay, Mr. Naik is here today, if he goes on leave tomorrow, who will look after the district? So he'll say, who will look after the district? Additional collector. Who's the additional collector here? Two of you. Okay, so now, you can laugh at me. So, Naik Sahab said additional collector will look after his duties if he is out. Now there are two of them here. Now what happens if something goes wrong? The man on the left will say he didn't know that he was supposed to do it. The man on the right will say that he thought that he'll do it. So therefore in the disaster management plans, the directions that come from the Ministry of Home, and that is our advice also, that we will give names. We will not talk about appointments. We will say that if Mr. Naik is out, the responsibility of the district will lie on the shoulders of Mr. Tavde. So now Mr. Tavde cannot say that he did not know. So that is accountability. And this goes down the chain in every department. We should not be doing things just by appointment and leave it to that. It will be accountability means that the person who is supposed to do something and be responsible for something is also required to be accountable for something, and if something goes wrong, he is the man who will answer for it. This is happening all over the country. And that is one reason that at many places you will find things going wrong. It is an amazing phenomenon. I don't know if you are aware what is happening in J&K today. Are you keeping abreast with the situation? And I'll share a very, other than when we talk about disasters, everything which happens for the worst of the country or which is going to affect the future of the country is a disaster in different terms. And we talk about a crisis and a disaster. I'll also say a few words on that. So only thing, I'll be covering that when I speak later on. So the only thought which I wanted to share with Mr. Naik was that whatever plans we made, whether it is in a draft form or it has been authenticated and cleared by the state government, because ultimately the state government is overall in charge of these state activities, and at the district level, it is the responsible officer is the DC Sahab who is answerable for his district. So therefore, after the plans have been vetted and approved, and before they have been approved when they are in the draft state, they should be circulated to every line directorate and to every officer who is going to be responsible for carrying out some or the other activity during the course of a calamity, so that he can also give advice. Sir, you have mentioned ABCD. I find that a few more things could have been added, and then that gets added on to the overall district disaster management plans. With this thought, and as we go along in today's activity till the time we finish, I am sure that we will be able to cover many points which will leave behind a thought with you as to how best can we improve our understanding of save lives, avoid damage and loss to the country, which is in crores of rupees in various type of disasters, which I have again covered during my talk. So with only this thought, very well laid out plans, I went to the net and I read the South District. In fact, North District plans are not on the net. I may be wrong. So the South District takes the credit that you got your plans on the net. So the credit goes to the South District. I couldn't find North. And what can I retrieve immediately when there is a calamity or a crisis or when I need something? So that is called the resource management and the interaction between all the organizations. And finally, it is not district administration, it is not north or south, It is not the Army, Navy, Air Force. We are all Indians. We are part of this nation. We are all citizens of this country, and it is the responsibility of each one of us to take that little bit of burden on ourselves and help out when something goes wrong. So with this, thank you for the plans. We'll discuss more as we go along. There are many things we have to do. And now with this, whom do we have next on the line?
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now we can move on to the preparedness done by the police department.
Okay. Yeah.
So I call upon the representation of Sri Arun Desai to commence with the presentation.
On the north, we have the North Goa district. On the east and the south, we have Uttar Kannada and district of Karnataka. South Goa is situated between the latitudinal parallels of 15 degrees, 29 feet, 32 inches north and 14 degrees, 53 feet, 57 inches north and longitudinal parallels of 73 degrees, 46 inches and 46 feet, 21 inches east and 74 degrees, 20 feet, 11 inches east. From north to south and from east to west, the district natural divisions. Lowland, mostly coastal area of 110 kilometers, fertile and thickly populated. Plateau, height range 30 to 100 meters, headland not so fertile. Mountains, eastern side, dense forest. Chandranath Parvat at Paroda in Kepe Taluka, Dudhsagar in Sagaing Taluka, and Karmalghat in Kanpan Taluka. We have four major rivers: Zuari, Sal, Talpana, and Ganjibal. Inland waterways play an important role in transport of mineral ores from the mining sites in Sagaing Taluka, such as Kosti, Kirlapal, Netravali, Rivana, Dugarkand, Kuddegal, to the Marmugao harbour for export of iron ore. Transport communication, we have three main highways: NH4A, NH17, NH17A. International Airport Daboli waterways to Mumbai. Floods disrupt transport, electricity and supply of essential commodities. Loss of life, injuries, damage to public property. Disaster management is a dynamic process, involves many organizations. All should cooperate and coordinate to prevent, prepare for, respond to and recover from the effects of disasters. Every organization must be concerned for minimizing the adverse impact of the disaster on people through preparedness and bringing in the right technology, methodology to bear in a timely, coordinated and effective manner. Goa Police Department provides timely assistance to the police in such disasters. Lack of planning, rise in water levels is equal to floods, unscientific development of settlement, drains integral part of town planning but seldom checked, silting of nalas, streams, victims cut off from the world causes property and human loss, also leads to epidemics. The headquarters of South is at Margao. All police stations are linked with wireless and telephone and cellular phones. We have 3 subdivisions: Margao, Vasco and Kepe, 12 police stations supported by 13 outposts. We have force consisting of the local police, the Home Guard and the Quick Reaction Team, that is the IRB. Objective of the plan is to immediately reach at the site of disaster to make on the spot assessment in the quickest possible time and inform the entire chain of command in government of the disaster. To immediately inform and alert support service like fire, hospital and PWD. To ensure smooth handling of life and property. To provide rescue and relief work. The entire South Goa taluka-wide areas prone to flood and landslide have been identified. Effective steps for prevention of flooding due to monsoons were guided to taluka level officers by forming committee in each taluka. Buildings, houses are earmarked to shift the affected persons in all the talukas and district places. The mode of evacuation and identification of government and private vehicles which can be made available in the area for transportation of people were suggested in each taluka. Similarly, measures are to be taken to provide food and clothing to the affected persons. Provide prompt medical facilities. Steps are to be taken to protect and safeguard buildings, properties of evacuated persons. Equipments available: ropes, megaphones, torches, dragon lights, first aid box, stretchers, etc. with each and every police station. We have Roberts and Robins. Roberts are the PCR vehicles moving and Robins are the motorcycles with the staff. The role of police. Police is equally responsive to natural and man-made disasters. Presence of police help ease victims' fear and help prevent others from taking advantage of the disaster situation. The police cordons off affected areas and work to keep crowds under control. Officers should go from house to house searching for the injured or needy. They can offer transportation, emergency medical care and be a bridge between citizens and rescue personnel. They can reroute random traffic to safer roads and try to keep out all unnecessary traffic away. They can put roadblocks in the area where the crisis is still underway. The police can set up search teams and put together system where loved ones can check on each other who are separated during disaster. Work with emergency personnel to list the various medical facilities used for treating sick or injured people and assist the state administration. Additional role. On receipt of information about any disaster taking place in the state of Goa, the concerned SP shall immediately rush to the spot, assess the situation and apprise the same to the district magistrate, DGP Goa and DIG Goa. He will also arrange for additional force from local resources and outside if necessary. The concerned SDPOs and ICs of police station in whose area the disaster has taken place shall immediately rush to the spot along with all available resources, that is men, ropes, searchlights, stretchers, PS system, anti-riot equipment to maintain law and order, crowd control and providing necessary assistance in rescue operations. The local police shall ensure cordoning of the entire affected area and shall not allow gathering of crowd at and around the affected area, scene of occurrence in case the disaster is caused by a major terrorist attack like a bomb blast. The scene of crime will be preserved meticulously by cordoning it off so that evidence connected with the crime is not destroyed. The concerned SDPO shall personally contact the nearby identified earmarked hospital, apprise the hospital authorities about the situation and request them to make emergency arrangements for receiving injured persons, making sufficient number of beds available and directing all available ambulance vans to the spot of occurrence. Local police shall provide all possible help and ensure removal of all injured persons to the nearby hospital by PCR van, ambulances and other modes of conveyance. Traffic should be diverted at the affected areas so that rescue teams can operate unhindered. Local police shall ensure clear passage for PCR vans, ambulances, fire tenders and other vehicles involved in the rescue operation until traffic arrangements are made. The vehicles shall be protected against angry mob which sometimes may resort to attack, stone pelting on fire tenders, police vehicles in the surcharged atmosphere. Only emergency vehicles shall be allowed to go right up to the place of incident. Depending upon the type of disaster, forensic expert, dog squad, bomb disposal squad shall be summoned to the scene of incident as early as possible for taking samples, objects, fingerprints, which may be helpful in investigation. Adequate force, according to the seriousness of the situation, shall be kept at the scene of occurrence for safeguarding the property belongings of the disaster victim, which might be unattended and likely to be taken away by miscreants. Local police shall call crime branch, videographer and photographer to the scene of occurrence and videograph the entire affected area as early as possible with a view to reconstruct the scene of occurrence during the course of investigation. Cases other than natural disaster, it is advisable to register a case even if the victims do not suspect any foul play and investigate it properly. The concerned SDPOs must ensure the preservation of the scene of occurrence and debris till experts have examined it and informed the police that they do not need this for the want of any further investigation, inquiry, clues to be need at the spot. Thank you. Platoon in readiness along with 2 quick reaction teams in South Goa. When the last floods occurred in Kangon, which I personally took part in the rescue operation, I should say that I received a call from SP Karwar, that is in Karnataka state bordering Goa. And he informed me that around 11 o'clock in the afternoon that water was rising in Karwar and that I should close my border because the roads are underwater. When I received this information, I informed Collector South and I prepared myself with the staff. Collector South immediately left for Kangon, and when I was on the way to Kangon at about 12:30, Collector gave me a message saying that don't come by the highway is already underwater, you come by the crossroad which is towards the east to Ambeghat area, and I reached the Collector within half an hour. On reaching the flood prone area, we could see water gushing over the bridges and the water had come up by 7 meters. And there were some people who were stranded on the higher level of the land, and there were a lot of people gathered near Collector South. But we were cut off from the rest of the police force because the rest of the police force had come through the highway and they were near the police station, but there was no way that they could come for our help. Then what I could do is, as these people could not be rescued easily, I called for a rope. And on the road, I went with some staff and reached the people who were at higher level. Then I managed to convince some local people who were present, and especially youngsters who knew to swim, and we made sort of a human chain on the road. And that's how we rescued the people from higher level. Similarly, we had a lot of vehicles which were stranded in the floods in the middle of the road, and the people were sitting on the top of the vehicles. We also reached to these people and rescued these people and brought them to safer areas. In the meantime, Collector South arranged for food, arranged for some transport, and by that time the full force had reached, all the Mamlakas had reached, SDM had reached, and we took over the situation very well, sir.
Okay, well done. So you have a okay, my question was that what is the total force which is available with you who are trained for disaster management who have also been given equipment, or whether they have trained with the NDRF also. What is that manpower? How many men?
Sir, we have about 4 device Ps, 11 PIs, and then the rest of the force consists of 31 ASIs, 29, 124 HCs, 35 LHCs, 557 PCs, and total force is 826. We have given to the police stations, all the police stations, torches, we have given emergency lights, we have given them ropes, we have given them vehicles, we have given them PCR vehicles, and some of the coastal police stations, they are having speedboats now, and we have an interceptor and some life jackets.
Trained means that, when you talk about Army, Navy, Air Force or the police, here's a man, has he been taught swimming, does he know how to handle a motorboat, can he give first aid, can he give CPR, things like that. As a planned activity.
Sir, we have our Goa situated at Betul. Now the staff of this Marine Police, in fact I was heading the Marine Police before, I have done my training in Marine Police, I am trained by the Coast Guard for some time in National Institute of Water Sports. I am trained in giving PCR, I am trained in swimming, I am trained in rescue operations. And I have trained my boys, we have got a set of about 9 boys in Betul who are always there with the boat, and they have all the life-saving equipment, including life-saving tubes.
You got many boys, swimming, how many can handle a boat? Answer is quite, because people are not actually organized. Even in Kerala, when I went a few months back, to ask them that do you have motorboat, do you have pneumatic boats, do your boys know swimming? So the readiness state was not good. But what you must, while you're doing everything, when we say National Disaster Response for NDRF, who are trained for disaster management, who can reach a spot and carry out activities under your command by the time any other army or NDR or somebody comes. So my question still was, how many men are organized as unit level? We say one platoon, one company, one battalion, who are trained for disaster management and are available to you in a given time frame, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, who can come to a site and carry out a large scale operation. That type of it.
Sir, most of the force in Pangim and the Goa Reserve Police in the PTS Valpoi, and we have Army main base also in Pangim.
But you said the strength of the QRT?
It's 12, 6, headed by PS.
12. So 2 QRTs, 24 boys.
Yes, sir.
But it is only 6 and 6, 12.
6 and 6, 12, sir, and 1 platoon of IRP, sir.
Okay, so that means 12.